If I may say something and add a point, I think that it was easier under Trump to enjoy theater while the going was good, right? Like during the Trump administration, due to his policies and those regulatory cutbacks, the economy was doing great. So people could mind their own business, and the theater, it was more chaotic back then, but it was also more background noise because people could afford to focus more on the things that they thought were important to them. On this administration, I felt like the State of the Union was definitely Biden trying to have his cake and eat it, where he wants to claim the job numbers are great. He wants to point to that as progress when that was mostly recovery from the pandemic. And as long as prices are high, the everyday American isn't going to buy what he's saying about the health of the economy and of the job market.
You know, why are you on that? We should really talk about the money, the kind of money that was poured into the economy during the pandemic, and all the money that's being poured into Ukraine is having a devastating effect on why you got to get that money out of the economy. I mean, we just got to talk about that, and people benefit from it. They benefited from it, but they benefited with the cost. Josh?
I mean, I think that the impact of inflation is underestimated because it's so quiet and so invisible, right? Suddenly, your income doesn't go as far as it used to. I had a party recently where I went and bought Little Caesars hot and ready pizzas, and those went from $5 to $8.50. That's a huge price. So, like, if you're a working class mom or dad who's just trying to pick up something on the way home, all of a sudden that takes so much bigger part of your budget than it used to. I don't think that the administration, they're trying to paper over the impact of that inflation, of the trillions that we injected into the economy. And also, I don't think the everyday person understands why prices are so high. We do need to get that money out of the economy somehow.
Now, let me go to Josh to talk about the Fed Chair Powell said that fighting inflation will take patience. What does that mean to the average person, Josh?
I don't think the average person quite understands or connects with that policy, right? All they know is that the prices are high and that, and then increasingly they can't afford to buy a house because the mortgage rates are very closely tied to the Fed's rate. So to the average American, it doesn't mean much. And I think that's why Biden's State of the Union kind of fell flat, is that there are a lot of experts in the Democratic Party and among the left. They value expertise a lot. But at the same time, that kind of disconnects you from what the everyday person is feeling. So, I mean, it may mean something to markets. It may mean something to businesses and banks who are looking to lend. And it may mean, and it's a nice line that I guess the more left-leaning media outlets can massage to finally admit that inflation is a problem. It's a quiet way to do it. But that falls flat on the ears of just about everyone else.
I want to come back before going to break. Josh Shin, how dangerous is it that China owns this land near some of the most secure air bases in this country? And while 192,000 may seem like a fraction, Canada and Germany owns more land than China. But the difference is their citizens are not controlled by their government.
Correct.
They don't play fealty to the government like the citizens of China.
Yeah, like China is a very unique case because everything in the country, corporations, citizens, are beholden to the government and therefore the Chinese Communist Party. I think that it is very dangerous and very concerning that they do own farmland. I mean, just last year it was revealed that Huawei and other Chinese telecom communications equipment could intercept frequencies that are top secret, that are basically used to dispatch nuclear weapons. And China said that, Huawei said, we won't use those, right? Even though the mechanics are there and they're capable of doing that, we would never use that. And it's on us to take them at their word. I think that's, to be fair, there are concerns with the policy in Texas, right? I heard from one Texas Democrat who raised the concern that now, if that law passes, if you look Asian, even if you're not Chinese, you're going to be asked to present proof of citizenship and documentation. I'm not as opposed to that. I think that helps enforce social institutions and gives legitimacy to the government. And China is an example where that push for diversity within that has become enshrined in the left is keeping us from making very rational, sound arguments against China as a foreign power.